Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Assembly Hall, Nashville High School in Washington County. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson as the Carterville Lions prepare to take on the number 8 team in Class 2A, Scott Hudson. They're a perfect 7-0 in conference, 23-5 in the Nashville Hornets.
Well, you can't get much better than that, I guess, other than perfection. But this is a very good Nashville team. They can all handle the ball well. They can all shoot the ball well. They are very patient on offense, and that's, I think, putting it kindly. They will lull you to sleep offensively. Defensively, they're up in your face at all times. This is a very good team that's looking to make a deep run in the playoffs.
Carterville knows all too well what you're talking about, Scott. Back on January 4th, there were 79 points scored by both teams in a 45-34 win for the Nashville Hornets at Carterville High School.
Well, they will make you earn everything you get offensively. And that's why Carterville has to, when they have the ball tonight, they've got to treat every possession like gold, because you don't know how many times you're going to get a chance to score tonight, because Nashville will run the clock offensively until they get an open shot.
Carterville comes into the game with a 12-13 record. They are 4-3 in conference, in third place in conference, but Nashville, they're coming off a loss to Fairfield last Saturday, and I don't know if that's a good thing for the Lions or a bad thing.
Well, usually when a very good team loses a game, that's usually a bad thing to have to play them the very next game. But Fairfield's a good team. Fairfield's one of the top teams in the state in Class 1A. And so there's really no shame in Nashville losing to Fairfield. But Carterville, as we said on the way up here, Jekyll and Hyde. You really don't know what you're going to get or when you're going to get it. They will tease you to the point that you think they're going to be able to pull an upset, and then maybe a turnover or a bad shot goes awry. But Carterville has the talent to play with this team. It's just, can they do it for 4 quarters?
Scott, before we get into our interview with Coach Shane Hawkins real quick, as we continue on our Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating pregame show. Today, the regional matchups came out. Carterville has a very favorable seeding as a number 5 team, and their opponent coming up on Monday, the 24th, in a Vienna team.
Yeah, I thought Carterville got a nice break. I mean, they've got to play Vienna, who's the lowest seeded team. It will be on Vienna's floor, so that won't be easy. But then if they were to win that, they'll play the 4 seed Mount Carmel. And when you look at the teams that are in this, I would much rather Carterville play a Mount Carmel than, say, a Benton, because Carterville just didn't match up well against Benton a couple of weeks ago. Mount Carmel's still a very good team. I think they're 19-10, so they're no slouch. But overall, I think Coach Hawkins has to really like the way the pairings and seedings came out.
And Scott and I will be talking about this over the course of tonight and tomorrow night when the Lions are on the road at Sparta. But here this evening, we're at Assembly Hall, a great facility in Nashville, one of my favorite to travel to. Also along with us, the state champion, Carterville cheer team. Coach Linda Druss and Amy Druss, they're all over in the corner opposite of them, but they are here with us tonight as the Carterville Lions prepare to take on the Nashville Hornets. Nashville, the number 8 team in Class 2A in the state IHSA. We had a chance to sit down with Coach Shane Hawkins just moments ago. When we come back on our Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating pregame show, you're going to hear from the coach here on NewsRadio WJPF. Brian, I think you can go to commercial after Coach. Back at Nashville High School, Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson, Assembly Hall. One other game of note tonight that Scott and I and Carterville fans around the area are interested in, as well as the number 2 team in Class 2A girls, the Carterville Lions and Coach Matt Crane. They're at the half, Scott. Carterville on top 31-23 over the Benton Rangerettes. Abby Crane with 14 first half points, Janiyah Thompson with 11.
They're wanting to get to their own sectional next week, and I believe, if I heard correctly, the Nashville girls have won their regional. They will be playing at Carterville next week, so there will be some good teams there, but Carterville looking to wrap that regional up tonight and head home next week.
Carterville girls with only 2 losses on the season, they're tough. And I said to you right before the pregame, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but you have one bad game now, and it's over. But at the half, looks like they have things in control.
Well, this is the time of year where it's one and done.
Yep.
And that's the unfortunate thing. But that's also the great thing about any sport when you get to the postseason. But Carterville, they're a very good team. 3 1,000-point scores. I think they'll probably take this game tonight. And as I said, head home, and boy, there's going to be big crowds there next week.
Absolutely, and we will keep you up to date as we have our man on the scene, Mr. Robert Fester, is over there, and he's shooting us updates on that game. But as we said, at the half, the Carterville Lady Lions on top of the Benton Rangerettes, 31-23. Both of the teams are back on the floor here. Now the Nashville Hornets head back to their over to their sideline as we are just a couple of minutes away from the start of this River-to-River Conference game. Carterville comes in 4-3 in conference. Nashville a perfect 7-0 in conference, 23-5 overall. Carterville a game under 500, 12-13. We are going to go on and take our final break here on our Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating pregame show. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip-off as the Carterville Lions take on the Nashville Hornets. That's coming up next on News Radio WJPF. Back at Assembly Hall in Nashville, Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson as we prepare for River-to-River Conference action here on News Radio WJPF. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to Carterville Lions Sports all year long. It's hard to believe, Scott, we're only, 3-4 weeks at the most left with our broadcast for 2019 and 20.
Yeah, I mean, it could be over the last week of February, so we're getting close to that time. And, 2-3 weeks ago, it was all about winning games, maybe getting a higher seed wherever you were going to play. Well, now those seedings and pairings have been released. Now it's all about playing well, playing your best basketball of the year heading into the postseason.
And this game here tonight, I'm not saying it's a must-win game for the Lions, but, boy, wouldn't it not be nice to maybe force this game to go to overtime?
Well, it would. I mean, Carterville lost by, I think, 11 the last time these two teams met. Carterville doesn't really match up well with Nashville. They got 3 6'5" starters. But, again, as you said, if you can beat a quality team like this, it'd give you a lot of momentum going into tomorrow night.
The starting lineup for Coach Shane Hawkins in the Carterville Lions, the same as it has been pretty much the last, dozen games or so. It'll be Carson Pearson, the 5'8" senior at one guard. Austin Garvey, the 6'1" senior at one forward position. You have Bryce Anderson at the point, the 5'8" junior. Then throw in Connor Hawkins, the 6'3" senior, the three-point specialist for Shane Hawkins, just like his dad. And the 6'4" junior, Eli Downen. Starting lineup for the Nashville Hornets will include Tristan Hercules, the 5'10" senior. Also, the 6'1" junior, Buzz Ritzel at the other guard. At the forward position, it'll be 6'5" Jackson Goforth. At the other forward position will be the 6'5" Carson Parker. And the forward center will be Terry Pelczynski, the 6'5" senior. For Coach Wayne Hari, Hercules, Ritzel, Goforth, Parker, Pelczynski.
Well, just a big front line for Nashville with Goforth, Pelzinski, and Parker. They're very good players, and they can play on the perimeter as well. And I think Carterville would love to find ways to get Connor Hawkins open. He only had, I think, maybe 1-3 in the game last Saturday night at Massac. They've got to get him going from the outside.
And he only had 1 3-pointer the last time these two teams played. Eli Downen only had 6 points. Got to get both those guys going. If they do that, they can hang in this game.
And Connor's playing better now than he was the first time these two teams played.
Both teams are on the floor. The officials are out there. Thank you for listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. And the Carterville Lions come away with a tip. Connor Hawkins controls. Carterville in the road blues. They are moving right to left on your dial. Nashville in their home whites. You can watch the game on our YouTube live stream. Just search Carterville Lions at Nashville Hornets 2-14. 2020, and happy Valentine's Day. Bryce Anderson misses the first shot of the game for the Lions. Rebound controlled by the Hornets. Into the front court with the left-hand dribble toward the right side of the circle. Spin move into the paint, dump down low, and off the glass is good from Jackson Goforth. The first field goal goes to the Hornets.
I think Nashville could run that play in their sleep. I've seen it so many times, it almost puts...
Two. Eli Downen, he's going to fire from 3 and buries it from the left wing. Eli Downen gets things going. Carterville leads this game 3-2.
Well, to say he's been hot lately would be an understatement. He had over 20 points against AJ, and then over 20 against Massac last Saturday.
As we mentioned in the first meeting between these two teams, Downen only had 6 as the drive by Buzz Ritzel is good for an easy layup. It's 4-3 Nashville.
Yeah, a little too easy getting into the paint.
They did that against Carterville in the last meeting as well. Garby to Pearson. Left of the circle, now over to the right wing. Connor Hawkins dribbles inside the arc, hands it to Pearson. He gives it to Garby. Garby kicks it to Connor Hawkins. Gets it back into the paint, makes a move, has his man, kicks it over to the right corner. Three-pointer is good from Carson Pearson. The Lions are hot shooting here early on.
Well, that's what they need to do. They need to start out hot because too many games this year, they've started cold and haven't been able to come from behind.
Carterville's Garby puts pressure in the backcourt as Carson Parker brings it across the timeline. The give to Pelzinski. Now to the right side, Hercules. Dumps it down toward the right low block. That's Carson Parker. Parker's matched up on Garby, forces his way into the lane, lays it up and under. Nice job by Carson Parker to get by Garby and get the bucket.
Well, Parker's just a very good player. Inside, outside, doesn't matter.
5:10 on the first quarter clock. We're tied at 6. Carterville's ball. Downen from the top of the key launches a three-pointer off the iron. No good. Rebound comes off to Carson Parker. He's going to take it across the timeline himself to the left side of the circle. Dumps it down low. Wide open is Hercules. He gets the bucket. And, the foul or stepped out of bounds.
I guess he stepped out of bounds.
That's going to be the first turnover of the game.
Well, they run that baseline so well. The back door, that's one thing Carterville's going to have to be aware of tonight.
That backdoor pass. Carterville has it down and left of the circle now to Garby. Top of the key, one bounce, gives it to Bryce Anderson. He wants to drive to the low block, loses the handle of the ball. It's on the floor. Garby's there to save him. Banks it off the glass, no good, and the putback is good from Nick Laird, who just came into the game. Carterville leads Nashville 8-6.
Laird, right place, right time. Nice stick back.
4:20 remaining here in the opening quarter. Hornets basketball. Top of the key, it goes to Pelzinski. Over to the left side. Drive, steps in, pass to the right elbow. Spin around from the free throw. Nice backdoor pass, but he missed the layup as Jackson Goforth missed the layup, and then he fouled trying to get the rebound, and you don't see that often.
No, you don't see them miss that many bunnies, and of course Laird right there to get a rebound. He's got a big basket and a big defensive rebound in less than about 30 seconds.
We'll take that all night long. Bryce Anderson across the Hornet logo at midcourt to Eli Downen. He's left of the circle. Looks inside. Yet to dribble, passes down low. Bryce Anderson's there. He banks it home. Nice timing by the Lions. Anderson gets the bucket. Carterville's up 4.
Well, that's going to be a big battle tonight. Hercules against Anderson, both about the same size, both very quick.
Hercules, he tries to drive by Anderson, and the aforementioned Bryce Anderson just picked up his first foul. Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. They can handle any heating or cooling system issue. Call 985-2502. That's Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating. Hornets maintain control, but he stepped out of bounds over on the right sideline, and that's going to give the ball right back to the Lions. That's a second turnover on Nashville.
And forcing that turnover was Nicholas Laird. I mean, we've mentioned his name a lot in a positive way in the last, 50 seconds to a minute.
And when I was looking at the previous game stats, Nashville only had 7 turnovers the entire game. Bank shot from Caden Hawkins is no good. The rebound to the Hornets. 3:20 on the clock. Carterville on top, 10-6. Hornets basketball. Driving down, off the glass, short again, another bunny. Back-to-back bunnies, or layups, whatever you want to call them, are missed by the Hornets. Carterville comes away with the ball. Anderson gets fouled.
Yep, down.
They're going to call down, and as he come through the lane.
Stuck his leg out, I think, setting a screen. And coming into the game now is Sumner out, Garby.
On the floor, it's Down and Garby, Nick Laird, Bryce Anderson, and Caden Hawkins. Nashville with the basketball. Hercules matched up on Caden Hawkins defensively. Takes it to the left side. He gives it to Pelzinski. Pelzinski dribbles, leaves it at the free throw line. Hercules drives, gets a lane down the baseline. Shots blocked by Eli Downen. Here come the Lions. Nice defense by Carterville to Downen. He drives the baseline. He's bumped, and a foul is going to be called on Nashville's Carson Parker.
I think the official right in front of us was going to call Downen for going out of bounds, and he looked at the other official, and Carterville may have got a break.
2:40 in the first quarter. Carterville's on top by 4, 10-6. Laird's going to launch from about 15, and that's good. Nick Laird is feeling it here early.
Man, he wants that Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game really bad.
And if he keeps doing that, he'll get it. 2:25 remaining. Carterville's on top by 6, 12-6. The shot from the right wing is good from Carson Parker.
Well, we've talked about Parker. I think he's going to McHenry College to continue his basketball career.
He had 14 in the first matchup between these two teams back in early January. On the right wing, Nick Laird has it. Drives, dumps it down low to Preston Sumner. He banks it off the glass, but he traveled with the basketball, and I've got that as the first turnover on the Lions.
Well, that's Carterville's second, but nice look to get the ball to Sumner, but he was a little off balance when he caught the pass and walked, and that turnover will give the ball back to Nashville.
12-8, the score. Lions on top. Nashville a perfect 7-0 in the River to River Conference. Carterville 4-3. Nashville has the basketball over to the right wing. Hercules passes up the shot, drives, and he runs into the Carterville defender, and a charge call on Tristan Hercules is going to force the turnover and give it right back to the Carterville Lions.
I thought it was more of a block than a charge, to be honest, but Carterville will take it.
Minute 45 on the first quarter clock. Carterville's ball. Hawkins hands it to Anderson. Anderson reverses. He's driving against Hercules, has to back it up. Throws it away as Downen was in the top of the circle, and the pass was no good.
Yeah, Anderson tried to make a left-handed pass and just
off the dribble.
Off the dribble and airmailed it into the backcourt.
That gave the ball right back to the Hornets. They trail by 4, 12-8. Minute 28 remaining here in the opening quarter. With the basketball to the left wing. That is Isaac Turner. He dumps it to the right side, gets it back in the corner on the right. He's guarded by Nick Laird. Takes it into the paint, tries to reverse. Top of the key it goes, now left wing to the left corner. That is Carson Parker. Parker against Downen. Pulls up, throws the ball to the right wing, now to the right corner. Nashville showing some patience on this possession. Driving the left side, he got a lane. Right-hand layup is good as Isaac Turner was able to drive past Nick Laird and get the bucket.
Yeah, and once he got by Laird, nobody for Carterville came over to help out defensively.
2-point game, Carterville on top, 12-10, 50 seconds remaining. Can Carterville hold for the final shot here at the end of the first quarter? Carterville runs around the top of the key. Sumner has it now to Laird. 35 on the clock. Laird drives, dumps it to the left wing to Anderson. Now up top it goes to Caden Hawkins, the freshman. Looks inside, gets it to Preston Sumner. Sumner's pass down low on a cutting Eli down, and he's able to get the shot off, but it's blocked from behind. Gives the ball to the Hornets. They can hold for the final shot, but they don't. Right-hand layup is good from Isaac Turner. Back-to-back field goals from Turner, and we have a tie ball game. 12 seconds left.
Nashville scored the last 4 points.
6 on the clock, 5 on the clock. Bryce Anderson dumps it to the right side. Laird's shot is off the iron, no good. The rebound, Hornets. And at the end of the first quarter, Carterville and Nashville are tied at 12. Stay tuned. Second quarter action is coming up next on News Radio WJPF. Back at Assembly Hall, Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson. We are tied at 12 as we head to the second.
42% from the field for Carterville, 60% for the Hornets.
Nashville has the ball. And the shot from the right wing is no good. Preston Sumner gets the board for the Lions. The shot taken by Nashville's Carson Parker. Caden Hawkins comes across the logo, brings to the left side, backs it up and reverses. Tied at 12. Here as we start play in the second quarter. Nick Laird cuts along the free throw line, has the ball tipped away, a turnover on the Lions. Nashville takes it the other way. Hercules gets his first field goal of the game on the right-hand layup. Nashville leads by 2, 14-12.
Nashville on a 6-0 run.
Carterville's ball, Downen to Laird. Laird at the right elbow, gives it back to Downen. He wants to drive off the left side, pulls up the dribble, picks it up again. Turns around, the jumper is off the iron, and the rebound is controlled by Terry Pelzinski of Nashville. 7 minutes remaining here in the half. The 2-point lead for the Hornets. Nashville coming off a loss to Fairfield last Saturday night. They split their games last weekend as the Lions did. Carterville on Friday night got a win over Anna Jonesboro, lost at Massac County on Saturday night. Hercules drives, left-hand layup is good. Nashville now extends that lead to 4, 16-12.
That's just too easy. Hercules very quick, and he beat his defender rather easily.
The first time these teams played, Hercules had 8 points for Coach Wayne Hari. 6:20 remaining, a whistle from the official on the baseline. It's going to be on the Carterville Lions. That's going to be the 4th team foul on Carterville.
No, it's going to be on Nashville. I think they're going to get Pelzinski.
Yep.
Him and Sumner are doing battle underneath the boards.
Boy, Sumner just laid a pick on Nashville's Isaac Turner. Carterville misses the shot, but man, he just put the shoulder right in him. That was a stout one. Driving to the right baseline, kick out to the right corner. Nashville's basketball and the 4-point lead. Carterville man-to-man defensively, as it's Carson Parker that drives the low block, and a foul is going to be called on Carterville's Austin Garvey as he got into the body of Carson Parker.
This is the time of game you got to be careful if you're Carterville. As I said, Nashville right now on a 8-0 run, and when they get going, they can blow you out quickly.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the International Brotherhood Local 702. Providing a better lifestyle for members, a better life for all. 5-point lead, 17-12. Carson Parker made the first free throw. Here's the second, and it's good. Parker has 6 first-half points. Carterville trails by 6 with the basketball into the front court. Bryce Anderson on the right wing. Dribbles past Hercules, puts the shot up high off the glass. No good. The rebound to Buzz Ritzel. He takes it the other way, dumps it to Carson Parker. He tries it up and under, turnover, and gives the ball back to the Lions. Here comes Carterville's. Carson Pearson to Garby, spin move, puts it up, doesn't get it to fall. A little wild shot from Garby as Hercules gets fouled the other end, and that's going to put the 5'10 senior at the line after the foul on the Carterville Lions.
Well, the Lions have missed their last 6 shots from the field. On the flip side of that, Nashville has made 5 of their last 6.
The foul is on Carterville's Connor Hawkins. At the line is Tristan Hercules as he makes the field goal. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Tony Gates State Farm. State Farm with more drivers than any other company. Get to a better state with Tony Gates and State Farm Insurance. 19-12. Hornets on top. Carterville's yet to score here in this second quarter as Hercules makes his second free throw. He's got 6, and now it's an 8-point lead for Nashville. Timeout is called by Shane Hawkins. He doesn't like what he sees. 5:23 remaining here in the second quarter. It's a timeout, and it's a 30-second timeout on News Radio WJPF. Back at Assembly Hall, an update on the Carterville Lions girls team. Coach Matt Crane at the end of the third quarter. They lead Benton Rangerettes 43-28 in that regional finals game at Johnston City.
Well on their way to coming home for the sectionals.
That would be outstanding. Here the Carterville Lions trail by 8, 20-12. The ball slapped out of bounds. Just to our left, it's going to belong and stay with the Carterville Lions. Bryce Anderson will trigger from the baseline. Gets the offense set. They get the play set. The pass is going to come over to the left wing. It's tipped out of bounds. They're going to say it was off of Nashville. They're going to say it was not tipped by Nashville. And it's a turnover on the Lions.
That is 5 for Carterville now.
So Hercules takes it across the timeline. Over to the left corner. Isaac Turner, now top of the key to Buzz Ritzel, who leaves it for Pelzinski, who misses the 3 from the right wing. Carterville's down and gets the board. 4:45 remaining in the half. Connor Hawkins dumps it down in the low block to Downen, pulls up the dribble, gets it to Bryce Anderson. Thought about shooting the 3. Downen will fire for a 3 and buries it from the right corner. Eli Downen has 2 3-pointers in the game. Carterville's to within 5, 20-15.
Carterville's made all the 3s in this first half.
Nashville's basketball. Spin move is Ritzel. He gets it to Carson Parker. Pulls up the dribble, finds a cutting Tristan Hercules on the baseline who lays it home. Nice pass from Carson Parker. 22-15, a 7-point Hornet lead. 4:05 on the clock. Down low to Preston Sumner. His shot rims out, no good. Rebound to Carson Parker. Outlet pass, takes it the other way. Buzz Ritzel pulls up the dribble. On the right wing, rather. Man-to-man D by the Lions. Now Carson Parker. Nashville can set their offense. They work it over to Hercules. Hercules toward the left wing. He's going to step inside the arc and fire and hits it from about 15 feet. He's got 10 in the game. And he leads all scorers in this contest. Nashville's up 24-15. Eli Downen on the left corner. Dribbles out, down low. The pass was intended for Preston Sumner, and a foul's going to be called on Terry Pelzinski of Nashville as he got into the back of Preston Sumner.
Sumner's got the strength on him. Pelzinski's got a little bit of height on Sumner, but that's been a good battle.
Into the game for Coach Wayne Harr is going to be Matt Anderson as he comes in to replace Terry Pelzinski. Matt Anderson, a 6'2 forward. Carterville has the basketball. Downen again gets it down to Sumner. Backs his man down. Right-hand hook is good from Preston Sumner. He's got his first field goal. And it makes it 24-17 Nashville. Into the front court. Carson Parker. Right-hand dribble, right of the circle. Down and on him defensively. Left side they go. They give it to Isaac Turner. Turner, top of the key to Hercules. Right side to Carson Parker. Left-hand dribble. Parker's going to back his man down into the lane. Left-hand floater is good from Carson Parker. Man, he is smooth, isn't he?
He is so smooth inside or outside. He can use either hand. Just a very good player.
26-17, a 9-point lead for the Hornets now. 2:40 remaining in the half. Don't forget, this game was tied at 12 at the end of the first. Carterville's only put 5 points on the board. Downen's floater is no good. The rebound comes off to Isaac Turner. He has it, takes it into the front court, right side. Gets it back on the right wing, right of the circle. 2:20, 26-17 Nashville. It is Isaac Turner that drives, runs over the Carterville defender. And a charge is going to be called on Isaac Turner.
Another questionable call. But Carterville will take it, down by 9. They need all the help they can get.
At the end of the first quarter, Centralia leads Cahokia 14-8. Herons at Massac tonight.
That could have fireworks.
It might.
And it's not the 4th of July.
It might very well. There were earlier in this year between those two teams. Preston Sumner comes out of the contest for Coach Shane Hawkins. Back into the game is Nick Laird, Caden Hawkins, Carson Pearson, Bryce Anderson, Eli Downen. 2:05 remaining in the half. Turnaround jumper from Downen is off the iron, tipped around, and the rebound is controlled by the Hornets. With the ball in a 9-point lead, Carson Parker kicks it to the right side. A bump foul is going to be called, I believe, on Nick Laird. And that's going to be the first on Laird and the 6th team foul now on the Carterville Lions. Minute 55 on the clock. Hercules takes the inbound pass near side. Has Carson Pearson on him. Nashville works to the left side on the left wing. Shake and bake dribble and a push by Isaac Turner, and that's going to be another turnover on Nashville as Turner picks up the foul.
Yeah, good job by the freshman, Caden Hawkins, to keep his ground and force the turnover. Now Carterville's got to turn that into points.
On the left wing, Nick Laird tries to drive the baseline, lays it up and under. I don't know how he even got a shot off. It was no good. And the Hornets come away with the board. Go forth. They work it to Hercules. Top of the circle, now to the left wing, Carson Parker. Minute 20 remaining in the half. Nashville has the lead, 26-17. Nashville going to slow things down. Parker has it top of the key, between the leg dribble, gives it to Hercules. Hercules now back to Carson Parker. He's in the corner on the left side. Skip pass to the right corner. Launching from three is buried by Nashville's Isaac Turner. His first three-pointer of the game. He's got 7. Nashville's up by 12.
That's their first three-pointer of the game.
Under a minute to go, 47 seconds to be exact. Nick Laird has it, Carterville's ball. 29-17 here in this conference matchup between these two teams. Carterville 4-3 in conference. Nashville a perfect 7-0. 32 seconds remaining in the half. Carterville running the offense around the top of the key. Eli Downen has it now left of the circle. Gets it to Bryce Anderson. 22 seconds remaining. Anderson, no dribble yet, finally does. Has Hercules on him defensively. Shake and bake, top of the circle, backs it up toward the corner. Laird takes the ball from Anderson, now to Carson Pearson. 10 seconds remaining in the half. 29-17, Carterville wants the last shot. Bryce Anderson gets the pick from Downen, takes it to the block, off the glass, shot no good. Rebound Nashville at the half-court shot, at the buzzer, off the iron. That shot taken by Isaac Turner. And as we go to the half, the Nashville Hornets, they lead the Carterville Lions 29-17. 17. Stay tuned. Our IBEW Local 702 halftime report is next on News Radio WJPF. We got a lot to get. We're at the half as the Carterville Lions trail the number 8 team in Class 2A, 29-17, Scott Hudson.
Well, the Lions got off to a good start in this game in the first quarter, hitting a couple of threes. But then the second quarter happened, and that wasn't so good. The Carterville Lions only shot 18% in the second quarter, 37% for the half. Nashville 63% from the field in the first half. Nashville 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Carterville did not even go to the free throw line in that first half. Rebounding, Nashville out-rebounded Carterville 13-7. Laird led Carterville with 3. Parker led Nashville with 8. 6 turnovers for Nashville, 5 for Carterville.
When you look at the scoring, we'll start first with the Nashville Hornets. They are led in scoring by the 5'10 senior Tristan Hercules. He's got 10 first half points. You have Carson Parker with 8. Isaac Turner has 7, and the only 3-point shot field goal for the Hornets. And then Jackson Goforth with 2 points, as does Buzz Ritzel. Nashville has 29 first half points. Carterville at the half led in scoring by Eli Downen. He had 6 first half points. Remember, that's how many points he had in the entire game the first time these two teams met back on January 4th.
Well, this Nashville team, you kind of expected, when was that dam going to burst? And it burst in the second quarter for Carterville, because Carterville only had 2 field goals in the second quarter. They're down by 12, still in the game, but they've really got to have a very good third quarter.
And as we've seen of late, Carterville typically comes out and plays well at the start of the third.
Well, and what we saw in the first half is something we've watched all year. Mm-hmm. Good quarter, bad quarter. We've rarely seen a good overall game. I think the AJ game last Friday night was probably their best overall game from start to finish. But you also have to remember the opponent tonight's a little bit better than what they faced last Friday night. Nashville's tough. They're really good on their home floor.
29-17, the scores. The Nashville Hornets lead here at the half. We will continue on our IBEW Local 702 halftime report coming up next on News Radio WJPF.
Short including points scored, total offense, and passing offense. Please join me in honoring Coach Stephen Kazuzik and the 2019 Class 2A State Runner-Up, your Nashville Hornets. Congratulations, Hornets.
Back in Assembly Hall, Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson. Nice moment here, Scott, at the half as they recognize the Class 2A runner-up, the football team from earlier this season. What a great year they had.
It was a great year. And, of course, this was one of those rare years in Southern Illinois where you had not one but two teams from the South make it to a state championship game, the other being Murfreesboro.
And, by the way, let's say two Carterville opponents.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so if anybody wants to question Carterville's schedule, come and talk to Dave and myself. We'll tell you all about it.
Exactly. But nice moment as they get recognized here at Assembly Hall this evening, get their picture taken. But quite a year by that Nashville Hornet football team. Here at the half, it's 29-17. Keep refreshing my text messages for Mr. Bob Fester. No updates on the girls' game. But let's talk, Scott, real quick about Carterville. We hit it on it in our pregame show. The regional pairings came out. Carterville is going to open up against Vienna in round one of the regionals.
Yeah, I think on Monday the 24th.
Yep.
Vienna, the lowest seed in 2A in that subsectional or regional, whatever you want to call it. Carterville's got a very good draw, I think, not only in the first game against Vienna, which isn't going to be easy because they're on their home floor. But then if they would win that, they would play Mount Carmel, a team that's 19-10, obviously a good team. But they avoid having to play a Benton in the second game, which I think is huge. So Carterville's got a chance to maybe make some noise and surprise some people come regional time.
Looking at a couple of the other brackets around the Carterville Lions, Anna Jonesboro and Johnston City are going to face each other. Let's see here. Sparta and Campbell Hill, Chester and DuQuoin, another matchup. That's all part of the McLeansboro sectional this year. But the Lions will open up regional play on Monday the 24th. Coming up tomorrow night, we are on the road at Sparta. On Tuesday night, we're on the road at Harrisburg. And then on Friday night, we'll have the Pinckneyville Panthers in town. And then on Saturday, we finish up the regular season against the Heron Tigers.
Well, what I'd like to know is, when the Carterville Lions basketball team or even football team go on the road, they get fed. What about us? We're broadcasters. Three road games in a row. We'll take any kind of food you want to bring us.
All right. We'll get your ice cream after the game. I know that's what that code means, is Scott wants ice cream after the game. Right across the street. He knows exactly where he's at. 29-17 is our score here at the half. When we return, we'll continue as the Carterville Lions face these Nashville Hornets in third quarter action. That's all coming up. This is Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Massac up 2
At the first half?
After one.
After one.
Yes, he is. 57-41 the final. Massac's made 6 threes.
Holy cow. And they're only up by 1?
Yeah. Up 2.
Wow.
Back at Nashville High School, Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson, congratulations to Coach Matt Crane and the Lady Lions. They win the regional game tonight against the Benton Rangerettes, 57-41. They advance to the sectionals at home next week.
Yeah, it sounds like they just pulled away after each quarter a little bit more, and they're coming home to play for a sectional title.
We are underway here at Assembly Hall. Carterville has the ball. In the road blues, they are moving left to right on your radio dial. Bryce Anderson has it on the right wing. A whistle away from the ball is going to give the ball to the Nashville Hornets on a turnover on Carterville.
Now Pearson must have shoved somebody, and that turnover is the way we start the third quarter.
Carbondale leads Marion after one, 20-5.
Oh, my. Coach Gus Gillespie will not be happy.
He will not be happy. Nashville has the basketball here. At home, drive on the baseline. A shot is missed, but the putback is good by Buzz Ritzel, and Nashville's up 31-17. Carterville's ball on the right wing, Connor Hawkins, who's yet to score in this game for the Lions. Over to the right corner, the three-pointer is short by Bryce Anderson. The ball goes out of bounds. It's going to give it right back to the Hornets.
Well, Connor Hawkins came in for the rebound, and Garby, his own teammate, shoved him out of bounds. That's not how it's supposed to work.
It's kind of rough.
Yeah, when you're getting hit by your own players.
Hercules runs right into Connor Hawkins, and that was a big collision. But the foul is going to be called on Carterville's Hawkins.
I thought he walked before he got hit, but.
That was international rules, bro.
Oh, okay.
They get 4 steps.
All right.
Nashville's ball, they are up 31-17. Just underway here in the third. A skip and a hop and a jump and a charge is called on Nashville's Pelzinski as he picked up his third foul. Was the bucket good?
No.
Field goal was no good. That wipes that off the board. Pelzinski checks out. Back into the game for Coach Wayne Hari is Matt Anderson, the 6'2 forward. For the Lions, it's Downen, Bryce Anderson, Connor Hawkins, Austin Garby, and Carson Pearson with the basketball. Now to Downen. Left of the circle to Garby. They work to the right wing. Anderson gets the pick from Garby, drives, lays it up off the glass. That was wild, no good. Hercules gets the board for the Hornets, brings it the other way. Inside the arc, skip pass right corner. Nice pass, but they're going to work it back around the top of the board, top of the perimeter. 6:15 on the clock. Oh, here near us, Anderson has it. Kicks it to Hercules, left-hand dribble to the left wing. Drives past Carson Pearson, kicks it back, top of the key. Anderson, his jumper from the free throw line is no good, and the Lions get the board. 31-17, 5:55 remaining in the third. Lions with the ball. Garby, top of the circle. Right-hand dribble, wants to take it down the right side, puts it up off the glass, is able to get it to go. His first field goal comes at the 5:40 mark here in the third quarter.
That's only Carterville's third field goal since the start of the second quarter.
Baseline drive, kick to the left corner, stutter step. Carson Parker wants to get it to Hercules, but he can't. Turns it over, gives it right back to the Lions. Carterville, on the other hand, throws it away and gives it right back to the Hornets.
Yeah, Pearson was not even looking for the pass. He had his back to the ball, headed for the corner, and luckily a Nashville player knocked it out of bounds.
So it's going to stay with the Lions. 5:25 on the clock. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Subway. Try the new Subway Fresh Value starting at $1.89 each, freshly prepared right in front of you at participating Subway locations. Downen has it on the low block. Makes a move into the paint. Right-hand skyhook is good from Downen. Eli now has 8 in the game.
Yeah, Eli's the guy that probably has to catch fire here in the second half for Carterville to mount a comeback.
They trail by 10. Nashville's ball, and a foul is going to be called on Austin Garby, and he shakes his head as he just picked up his third personal foul.
Austin doesn't get cheated, I'll say that.
Nope, never. Garby's going to check out. Preston Sumner will replace Garby. Caden Hawkins comes in to replace Carson Pearson for the Lions. Nashville's basketball, the inbound pass finds cutting Jackson Goforth right at the bucket. He lays it home, 33-21, a 12-point Hornet lead.
They make it look so easy.
They do. Caden Hawkins, they work around the perimeter. Bryce Anderson's pass down low to Preston Sumner, had the ball stripped away. Another turnover on the Lions. Here come the Hornets. Right-hand layup is good from Buzz Ritzel. 6 in the game for Ritzel. It's a 14-point lead for the Hornets.
Well, he took it all the way from the backcourt. Nobody for Carterville stepped in front and made him get rid of the ball.
The biggest lead for the Hornets in the game at 14, 4:15 on the clock, and a push foul is going to be called on Jackson Goforth of Nashville. Lions broadcast is brought to you by Home Renew, serving all of Southern Illinois. Protect what matters most. Call 694-9100. Call Home Renew. Coming up at the end of the game, Scott and I will name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game, Eli Downen. As the ball tipped away, it goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, he tried to dribble through a double team, and that usually doesn't end well.
You can't do that. Wayne Hari, the head coach of Nashville, has thrown his hands down in disgust. Don't know at what, whether it's the officials, his players, Carterville. Downen hits just inside the arc, and a timeout is called by Coach Shane Hawkins on the far sideline. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. It comes at the 4-minute mark. Carterville trails by a dozen, 35-23 on News Radio WJPF. Back at Assembly Hall, Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson. The 4-minute mark of the third quarter. Carterville trails by a dozen, Scott.
Well, Carterville's got to turn up the intensity on the defensive end, get some stops, and then start chipping away at this 12-point deficit.
Tristan Hercules has the ball. A reach-in foul is going to be called on Carterville's Bryce Anderson as he tried to tap the ball away from a driving Tristan Hercules.
This team, this Nashville team, the other thing that impresses me, they're very unselfish. It doesn't matter who does the scoring. It doesn't matter, it can be anybody. They spread the ball around equally.
And look for the open man. Doesn't get any better than that. A wide open three is short. That shot taken by Isaac Turner. And the Lions get the rebound and come away with it. Into the front court, 3:20 remaining here in the third quarter. A foul underneath is going to be called, I believe, on Matt Anderson of Nashville.
Yeah, he's getting to know Preston Sumner rather well right now.
Yeah, always a battle. Sumner takes the inbound pass, gives it to Eli Downen on the left wing. He dribbles top of the key, hands it to Nick Laird. Laird takes it to just above the block, puts the shot up, air ball. No good, and the Hornets are on the run the other way. Buzz Ritzel, top of the key now to Carson Parker. Spin move, kicks it over to the right wing. Three-pointer from Matt Anderson is good. He's on the board. And it's a 15-point lead now for the Hornets. Bryce Anderson drives, kicks it to the right wing. Laird to Eli Downen. Jumper from about 15 off the iron short. Rebound to the Hornets on the run. Up, and a foul is called as Isaac Turner took it to the rack, and the foul is going to be called on Nick Laird.
Well, it's really not fair because when you have to worry about guys like Parker and Goforth and Ritzel and Pelzinski shooting from the outside, then you throw Anderson in there and he hits a three. It's like, really? There should be a law against that.
Nick Laird just picked that foul number 2. That's team foul number 5 on the Lions. And at the stripe is Isaac Turner, who made the first free throw. He's got 8 now. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the city of Carterville, Mayor Brad Robinson, and the entire city of Carterville. Proud sponsors and supporters of Lions Sports. Download their app at the Google Play or the Apple App Store. The free throw is no good, but the ball is tracked down and saved by Carson Parker. He does it all. He sells popcorn in between quarters here at Assembly Hall. The drive on the baseline, and the layup is good from Buzz Ritzel. And the biggest lead of the game now, 41-23 Nashville. Lions basketball. On the right wing, Bryce Anderson, Carson Pearson to the left corner. Caden Hawkins back up top. It goes to Pearson. Now the left wing, Eli Downen. Downen has 10 in the game. Gives the ball to Bryce Anderson. His passes into the paint. Sumner backs it down, kicks to the left wing. Another air ball shot from Bryce Anderson. Must not have put his contacts in tonight. He's had 2 of those, and a shot on the other end. A whistle and a foul is going to be called on Bryce Anderson. As is the shot taken by Carson Parker, and that's going to put him at the line.
Nashville is just so methodic at what they do. They're just, it's almost like they could go out there with their eyes closed and know where they're supposed to be on the floor on both ends.
Should be a 1-and-1. Oh, they call it on Anderson, not a 1-and-1. That's only the 15 foul. I thought that was on the shot. They get the ball to a cutting Isaac Turner, and he's fouled from behind. He is going to go to the line and shoot free throws.
Unless I missed something, Carterville has not been to the free throw line tonight.
Nope. You are correct. First free throw from Isaac Turner. He's got 9 now. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by SIH, a comprehensive network of care. Visit online, SIH.net. Second free throw rims out. Eli Downen gets the board for the Lions. Minute 47 remaining here in the third quarter. Carterville trails by 19, 42-23. A whistle and a foul is called on Carterville's. Oh, they get Matt Anderson, rather, of Nashville with the foul. That's his second. Inbounds pass comes up top to Downen. His pass into the paint to Sumner. Kicks it back to Downen. Nice job holding on to the ball. Takes it strong to the hole. Lays it off the glass. Gets the bucket. Eli with the field goal. It's 42-25.
Now, Eli's had 3, counting this game, 3 good games.
He's at a dozen now in this game. He only had 6 the first time these two teams met back on January 4th. Carterville in that game only scored 34 points for the game. Shot is no good from Nashville, and Carson Pearson gets the board for the Lions. He takes it across the timeline. Over to Eli Downen on the left wing. His pass is tipped. Turnover on the Lions. Here come the Hornets. Off the glass, right-hand layup is good from Isaac Turner. He's got 11. And we're under a minute to go, 44-25, 19-point lead for the Hornets over the Carterville Lions. Pass into the paint to Sumner, strips the ball away, kicks it to the left wing. A whistle and a foul on the Nashville Hornets as Carson Pearson tried to launch a 3, and diving at him was the Hornets' Isaac Turner, who just picked up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, against this Nashville defense, you don't have much time to set and shoot. If you get it, you better let go of it.
Turner is 6'3", and when you're getting ready to shoot a 3 from that wing and he comes flying at you. Carson Pearson, hey, Scott, Carterville's shooting their first free throw. And it's good for Carson Pearson. Updating a couple of scores for you. Murfreesboro trailing West Frankfort 14-12. Not sure when that is in the game. At the half, Carbondale leads Marion 27-19. Sasser-Villiers leads Goreville 16-14. That's the last score we have there. And again, the Carterville girls beat the Benton Rangerettes to win the regional championship in Johnston City tonight, 57-41. They will play on Tuesday night at 6 o'clock at Carterville High School in the first game of sectionals. 39 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Carterville trails big, 44-23. to 28. I'd have to take my shoes off to do the math on that, Scott Hudson.
I wondered what that smell was.
So that explains it. Nashville appears to hold the ball for the final shot. Hercules has it backed up in the high corner on the right side. 18 seconds on the clock. These two teams met back on January 4th. Nashville won by 9, 45-34. 7, 6, 5 on the clock. Hercules is going to make his move. Takes it to the low block, gets it to Anderson. His jumper in, out, no good. That's how we're going to end the third quarter. It is 44-28. Carterville has only scored 16 points since the end of the first quarter. Nashville leads it big here. Fourth quarter action is coming up on News Radio WJPF. Heading to the fourth quarter at Assembly Hall in Nashville, and they're up big, 44-28.
Yeah, Carterville 44% in the third quarter. It's 55% for Nashville. Nashville is shooting about 60% from the field for the game.
Nashville's ball moving right to left. The Hornets trying to push their conference mark to 8-0. The shot no good, but ball stays with the Hornets. As it is Ritzel who drives and he runs over the top of Bryce Anderson. And a blocking call is being called on Anderson. Oh, they call it on Connor Hawkins. Caden Hawkins, let's get it right. Number 21. So Nashville shooting free throws. That was the 8th team foul on the Lions. The first free throw from Buzz Ritzel is no good. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, downtown Carterville. For installment or repair, call 985-2502. Ritzel misses the second free throw, but the rebound to the Hornets. They keep it. They have it. Pelzinski drives, dumps it to Hercules. Skip pass left wing to Buzz Ritzel. Now to Hercules. Now to the right side it goes. They have it toward the right corner. With the basketball go for it. Just underway here in the fourth, 44-28. Right-hand layup from Carson Parker. Good from Parker. He's got 10 now. Carterville trails 46-28. Foul is going to be called on Preston Sumner. Elbow from Sumner.
Carterville's fourth turnover of the second half. They only have 9 for the game. That's a positive. They've hit 3 of 3 from the free throw line. That's good. But Nashville leads by 18.
And they have the ball. Hercules going to launch from 3. Buries it from the right wing. That's his first three-pointer of the game. And Tristan Hercules has 13 to lead the Hornets. 49-28, a 21-point lead now for Nashville. Garby drives, kicks it to the right corner. Carson Pearson to Caden Hawkins. Skip pass left side, throws it away. Another turnover, the 5th here in the second half. Turnover number 10 on Carterville.
Well, every time Carterville has a guy flash open on the outside, Nashville has a defender that's taller than the Carterville player, and they just can't get the shots up and over quick enough.
6:20 on the clock. Nashville, the big lead and the ball. Carson Parker to the low block. Garby on him, skips it to the far side. Now Hercules They work it to the right wing, back to the right wing, down low on the block. Carson Parker's pass is blocked by Caden Hawkins, but it's going to stay with the Hornets. Scott and I will be on the road again tomorrow night at Sparta. Pre-game starts approximately 7:30. Tip slated to start at 7:45. Carterville would like to get that win at Sparta to avenge the upset loss at home earlier in the season to the Bulldogs. But after tonight, only 4 games remain in the regular season. Ball's turned over by Nashville, giving it back to the Lions.
And Carterville still has to play Pinckneyville and Heron next weekend to end the regular season and play a very, very much improved Harrisburg team Tuesday night in Saline County.
Nice backdoor pass. Left-hand layup is missed from Bryce Anderson as he took the pass from Austin Garby. Carterville can't convert, and they still trail by 21 with 5:15 remaining in the game. Nashville's ball. Pelzinski, top of the key to Ritzel. Now down low. The shot up and off the glass is good from Jackson Goforth.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Nashville, and it has been that way since the second quarter.
Shane Hawkins just stands with his arms crossed over on the far corner. Diagonal from our location here at Assembly Hall. Between the leg dribble, makes room for Austin Garby. He can't convert the layup, though. And the Hornets come away with the basketball. Bounce pass. It's good. The shot's no good from Pelzinski. Outlet pass to Austin Garby by the Lions. Up off the glass is good. Carterville converts the other way. Garby gets the bucket. 4.5 remaining. It's a 21-point lead. Right-hand layup is good from Tristan Hercules. He takes it the length of the floor, and it's back to a 23-point lead.
Memo to Carterville, you have to stop the guy with the ball if he's coming down the floor with it.
4:12 on the clock. Carterville's basketball. Nashville will push their conference mark to 8-0 in this one, after this one. And a whistle and a pushing foul is called on Jackson Goforth of Nashville. We'll have coming up on our Thad Ellett Plumbing post-game report. Scott and I are going to name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. We'll wrap up this contest. Update scores from around Southern Illinois. Eli Downen launches a long three. That shot no good. And the rebound to the Hornets. Hercules across the logo. Now to the left side, Carson Parker. Parker has Cade Lustenberger on him defensively. Does a nice job. Parker kicks it to Hercules. Now top of the key. Pelzinski fires and good. His first field goal comes at the 3:30 mark of the fourth quarter, and it's a 26-point lead now. Lustenberger, left wing to Carson Pearson. Now to Nick Laird. Into the paint to down, and he's pushed from behind as Carson Parker got him with an elbow.
Turnout for 25. Carson Parker is second, team 7.
Lustenberger, the freshman who has played well at times this year. He hasn't got a lot of playing time, but when he's been in there, he's done a good job.
Shane Hawkins is clearing his bench. Carson Pearson checks out. Into the game now is Ben Hake, and the free throw is good from Eli Downen. He's got a baker's dozen. Wayne Harry's going to start clearing his starters as well as heading to the bench as Carson Parker. He winds up with 10 points here for the Hornets. Downen's second free throw is good. Eli now up to 14. Jake Hickson checks in, replacing Eli Downen. So on the floor, it's Lustenberger, Jake Hickson, Nick Laird, Ben Hake, and Caden Hawkins. Just 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the game. 56-32. Hornets basketball. They're going to work around the perimeter with the basketball. J.D. Schubert driving down the baseline. The dunk is missed by Nashville's Jackson Goforth, but they get the rebound. He got it pretty easy.
That's what you call elevation.
That is windage and elevation, my friend. Over on the right wing, whistle away. A timeout is called by Wayne Hari, as he's going to sub out all of his starters right now. Also checking in for the Lions is Peyton Biddle. 2:44 remaining, 56-32. This game's gone fast, Scott Hudson.
It has gone very fast.
8:42 Central Time.
And when you have a team as patient with the ball as Nashville, you're going to have these quick games.
They run a lot of clock. I believe there's only been 2 timeouts called in this game as well. 2:20 now. Nashville's going to run their offense as they work the perimeter. Behind the back dribble, J.D. Schubert, the 5'8" senior, the shortest man on the team. I'd tell you one thing, I wish Carterville could get some of these 6'5" guys.
Yeah.
They've got a whole slew of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys that are 6'2" and above on their roster. Anderson drives into the paint, gets the field goal. He's got 5. And Coach Wayne Hari gets 3 new ones in. That's a good ball team right there.
Yep. And they lost last week to a very good Fairfield team, but Nashville's going to be a team to be reckoned with come postseason.
There's a reason why they're number 8, and actually they were as high as, I think, number 2 earlier this season in Class 2A. As we mentioned, Carterville will open up regional play on the 24th when they face Vienna at the Vienna Regional. That'll be a 7:30 game on Monday, the 24th. The winner of that game will face the number 4 seed Mount Carmel Aces, 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. Just 70 seconds remaining in this contest. Lustenberger shot wild off the backboard. Rebound comes off to the Nashville Hornets. Into the front court, puts an elbow out, and a blocking foul is called on Peyton Biddle. He picks up his first foul of the game, and it's going to put at the line, Colton Gajewski at the line.
Carterville only had 7 field goals since the second quarter.
It's amazing. Gajewski misses the first free throw. Taylor Seamer checks in. Jake Hickson checks out. Lustenberger checks out. Also, Ben Hake out of the game. Free throw is no good, but the Hornets battle for the board, and they get it. J.D. Schubert throws the ball away, turns it over to the Carterville Lions. At the end of 3, one score we have is Centralia over Cahokia, 62-37. Whistle on the far baseline. Going to keep the ball with the Lions. 48 seconds remaining in the game. Launching from 3 off the front of the iron, no good. And fortunate, travel wasn't called on the Lions. A wide open 3 from the left corner is buried by Carterville's Blake Berkey, who just came into the game. Blake Berkey into the scorebook for the Lions, 58-35. A 23-point lead for the Hornets. They have the basketball. 20 seconds remaining. They'll hold probably for the final shot. Don't forget Carterville in action tomorrow night on the road at Sparta. 7:30 is the pregame. And Carterville forces a turnover. Peyton Biddle gets it to the left elbow. The shot no good. Big rebound goes out of bounds with 6 seconds left. 7:30 will be our pregame tomorrow night. Scott Hudson, 7:45 the tip.
We'll be there. We should have just rented an RV this weekend.
Road trip.
Yeah.
I agree. Pyramid Park's not too far.
That's
we
right.
could have just. Final score here at Nashville. It's the Nashville Hornets all over the Carterville Lions, 58-35. Stay tuned. Our Thad Ellett Plumbing postgame report is next on News Radio WJPF. Do what you got to do.
It's going to be a battle.
great job, cheerleaders, and our state-ranked pep
Yep.
band. The Carterville Lions and the Nashville Hornets would like to thank you for attending tonight's game. Buckle up and please drive safely. And good night from the Assembly Hall. Have your attention, please. Someone just lost their glasses on the west side of the Assembly Hall. So please don't leave. Your glasses are here at the scorer's table.
You're back after this again. Two and a half to go. With all the spots, don't wait too long.
Back at Assembly Hall, Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson, 58-35 tonight. It was all Nashville after the first quarter.
Yeah, no question about it. Nashville just showed why they're one of the top teams in the state in 2A. They shot 61% from the field for the game. Carterville, 36%. Carterville, who didn't shoot a free throw in the first half, made 5 out of 5 in the second half. Nashville, not very good from the free throw line. They were only 50%. Turnovers, Carterville with 10, Nashville with 11. Nashville out-rebounded Carterville 27-19. Laird, who led the Lions in rebounding with 3 in the first half, in the end of the game, still led the Lions in rebounding with 3. Parker, 15 boards in this game for the Nashville Hornets.
Scoring-wise for Coach Wayne Hari and the Nashville Hornets, they were led tonight by the 5'10 senior guard Tristan Hercules. He led all scores this evening tonight with 15 points. Also in double digits included Carson Parker with 10. It was Isaac Turner who scored 11 for the Hornets. Matt Anderson came off the bench to replace Pelzinski. Anderson with 5 in the game. Pelzinski ended with 1 3-pointer and 3 points. It was Jackson Goforth with 6 and Buzz Ritzel with 8. Nashville puts 58 points on the board for the game. For the Carterville Lions, they were led this evening, of course, by Eli Downen with his 14 points. Nobody else into double digits. Carson Pearson with 5, Austin Garvey with 4, Nick Laird with 4, Bryce Anderson with 1 field goal, and Preston Sumner with 2. Carterville tied with Nashville at the end of the first quarter, 12-12, but it was all Nashville after that.
Just a very good team in Nashville. I mean, there's nothing they can't do. You don't see any weakness in this team anywhere, whether it be defensively, offensively, They're just up in your face defensively, offensively. Everybody can score. Everybody can handle the ball. They're just a well-balanced team, and they make you treat each possession that you have as like gold, because you're probably not going to get a lot of possessions against this Nashville team, because when they have the ball, they're going to run time. They're going to take good shots. They're not going to force anything. And, you just got to hand it to Nashville. They're the better team. They have better basketball players, and they proved it tonight.
Carterville pushes their record now to 12-14 on the season. They are 4-4 in conference. Nashville, on the other hand, 24-5. They are a perfect 8-0 in the River to River Mississippi division. When we come back, we'll continue on our Thad Ellett Plumbing post-game report, and we're going to name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal Star of the Game. Stay with us on News Radio WJPF.
Parker.
Yep.
How many points do you end up with?
14.
Yeah.
Nope. 10.
No, he had a double-double.
Yeah. Hercules had 15.
Did he?
Yep. They could go either way.
Yeah, I'll go with Parker double-double.
Booyah. If you're watching online, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. Maybe your coach doesn't come up. He didn't feel good. He said he had the body aches and all of it. We'll see. Not going to wait a lot on him.
Yeah.
We have Dairy Queen we need to buy.
Coming back after this, and again, with all these spots, don't wait too long before this last break.
.58-35, the final score here at Assembly Hall in Nashville. It was all Nashville after the second quarter. And Scott Hudson, let's name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal Star of the Game.
Well, Tristan Hercules had a good game for Nashville tonight, but I'm going to go with Carson Parker. 10 points, 15 rebounds, a double-double for Carson Parker. And also, he was the one assigned to Jeremy Downen. And I thought he did a very good job defensively on Downen tonight. So he did everything. And Carson Parker is our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal Star of the Game.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, called Joe, owned by Joe and Lindsay McCann of Carterville for over 20 years. They specialize in commercial and residential lawn care, landscape maintenance, tree trimming. They also do bush hogging, equipment repair. Call 534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, Carson Parkin, our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal Star of the Game. When we come back, we're going to talk to Carterville's head coach, Shane Hawkins. That's next on our Thad Ellett Plumbing post-game report, next on News Radio WJPF.
Okay, you're coming back after this, and you're good to go.
.58-35, the final score here at Assembly Hall in Nashville. And Coach Shane Hawkins kind enough to sit around and hang with us as we get into our post-game report tonight. Coach, there's a reason why the Nashville Hornets are number 8 in the state.
Well, I think I'm on. They're talented, first of all. The size, I think, about their offense, and they kind of grind you, and they have guys who can make baskets, but the defense is what gets you because they're so long everywhere. You think you're open for a shot, and it gets either deflected or blocked or at least bothered. It's hard to get to the rim. We got some stuff to the rim tonight and didn't finish. And we have some 5'8" dudes going in there, and they got some 6'5" dudes. And it becomes really hard to score at the paint. You're not going to beat them off penetration because their help is so good. I thought tonight we had very little fight. I thought we had zero enthusiasm, zero passion. Kind of had them, I thought, at maybe the right time. Got beat by Fairfield last week. Obviously, the date with Pinckneyville tomorrow night has been circled on their calendar, so I thought maybe a trap game. And we had that the first quarter, and we couldn't take advantage. It was 12-6, and they weren't playing very well and kind of disinterested. And then they go on a 14-0 run to get back to 20-12, and we couldn't stop the bleeding.
And, Coach, one thing about this Nashville team defensively, they almost make you treat each possession like it's gold because you don't know how many possessions you're going to get, and you better score on most of them.
Yeah, and we talked about that, and I thought we got really impatient again because it wasn't easy. When you play a team that's not very good defensively and you get a shot off the first or second pass or the first or second cut, you're usually open. You have a little bit more space and time and can line things up. You don't have that here. Every pass is challenged, every cut's challenged, every shot's challenged. So when we did have long possessions, we usually ended in a bad possession. And they play a bunch of games in the 20s and 30s. That doesn't bother them a bit. But if you struggle to guard them, then you've got to have really good or long possessions on the offensive end. And we got impatient there. I think in the middle of the run, I think it was 14-12, no, it was 16-12 maybe at the end of the first quarter, 12-12, whatever it was. We had 0 bad shots the first quarter. And in their run that got us to down 14 at the half, we had 4 really bad challenge shots. A couple faders off the post, a couple things at the rim that had no chance to go in because we were off balance. And they use that against you. They use bad offensive possessions to go down on the other end and kind of grind you and wait for you to make a mistake.
And the thing is, not only will they grind you with the possession game, run their offense, and wait for that open cut, but if you turn your head and you're a half step slow on the defensive end, they'll beat you on the far end of the court.
They beat us in transition once in the first half. They backdoored us. We talked about go for it. This kind of gets his baskets off cuts and slashes, and he gets 2 things. He gets 2 shots. He made the first layup of the game off a backdoor cut, which we had no reason not to be there. Then he got the second one and he missed it, and it was off 2 different guys. And that stuff can't happen, especially when you've got older veteran guys that are out there.
Coach, tomorrow night, hit the road once again. We go to Sparta. Sparta came into our home back earlier this year, back on January 10th, come away with a 55-53 win. They're not going to lay down tomorrow night either.
Absolutely not. It was a game in which we had a 6-point lead with about a minute 48 left and squandered it. Didn't play very smart. Had a couple bad offensive possessions, missed a couple free throws, got an intentional foul. Helped defensively like we should have, and then Tony Williams hit 2 threes in the corner. And I think they hit 3 or 4 threes that night, which is unlike them, and he hit 2 in the last 2 minutes. So it's all off the bounce. We got to be able to guard the dribble, and we're not very good at it. And so we'll have to be aware of their dribble penetration tomorrow night.
Coach, released today the pairings and the seedings for the upcoming regional at Vienna. Personally, when I saw the seedings, I thought it it was to your advantage in that, yeah, you play Vienna, and it is on their home, and it won't be easy, but they are the lowest seed. And, if you win that game, you play a Mount Carmel team that's 19-10. Obviously no slouch, a good team, but there could have been worse matchups for your crew.
Well, the one thing about it is you're playing somebody, obviously the first one you play Vienna and on their home floor, so that just in itself presents some challenges. They have not had a great year. That's going to be one that we go kind of get our feet wet and be in a regional. It's been a while since we've walked into a regional you're going to be favored to win a game, and we haven't been favored to win a regional game the last 4 years. Being
Right.
3A. So that's going to be a little bit different mindset to go play in a regional and know going in you have a legitimate chance to go win it. It's almost exactly how I kind of pictured it. The only thing that threw it off was West Frankfort being sent to Carmi. So my fear was that we would have 7 teams at Vienna. We would be set to play on Tuesday against Vienna and then get Mount Carmel on Wednesday, which you're in a regional semifinal against a team you don't know and you have no preparation time.
Yep.
So from that standpoint, West Frankfort being sent north to Carmi helps us, in which we have 6 teams. You have 2 playing games or quarterfinal games on Monday, both semis are Wednesday, so you have that day off of preparation in between, and I think that's key in the postseason.
58-35, the final score here tonight. Coach, thanks for taking some time with us.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Tomorrow night at Sparta, Scott Hudson, Carterville, a chance to avenge that loss that they had back at home on January 10th, 55-53. It was a dandy game.
Yes, it was, and as Coach said, about a minute and a half or a little over a minute and a half left in the game, 6-point lead, and you squandered. And, I think probably the most disappointing – coaches obviously don't like to lose. And you could hear the frustration in Coach Hawkins' voice about the fight in the team. And he's mentioned that several times this year. And when you're near the end of the season, that should be correct. That is not a coach thing. That is a player thing. And I'm most interested in tomorrow night seeing how Carterville comes out, playing on the road yet again against a team that beat them at home back on January 10th. Did that bother you that they came in and upset you? Now are you going to go return the favor? So I think tomorrow night, going to find out a lot about these kids.
6:30 will be the pregame show, approximately 6:30. We'll have the tip. It's slated for 7:45. Scott and I will be at Sparta tomorrow night as the Lions take on the Sparta Bulldogs. 58-35, the final score tonight. Also, congratulations to the Carterville girls, a winner of the regional championship at Johnston City with the 57-41 victory over the Benton Rangerettes. The Lady Lions, Coach Matt Crane, they move on. Next week, Carterville High School hosting that girls sectional at CHS. Carterville will play on Tuesday nights. For our producer engineer back at the studio, Mr. Brian R. Powell, for my broadcast partner, Scott Hudson, I'm Dave McKenzie. 58-35 the score tonight. Nashville gets the win. Lions play tomorrow night at Sparta. We'll talk to you then from Randolph County. Thank you for listening to Lions Sports on News Radio WJPF. God bless. Thanks, buddy.